Narcissist sexually hurt someone. Will he do it again if forgiven? Typically, yes. New supply doesn't know who they are yet. New toy is not a better toy. I mean, they broke me down to nothing until I was boring. No matter how they outs you give them, they never take them. Yeah. Do narcissists come back? Yes, they typically do. Don't let them come back. Does narcissists ever cry or grieve after losing supply? Or do they always believe that they can just get it back? No, I mean, there's times where I've seen them cry. I mean, there's especially like more of the covert or the vulnerable kind. There was times I don't remember a lot of times crying. Now I did with the girl with BPD, like with that and with like the piece of like trauma bond. Like, yeah, that like really jacked me up. But like a lot of times, like, no, like a lot of times it's like, nah, I'll get them back, or like, oh, like they wanted it, you know. Let's see. When narcissist discards and leaves, do they always hoover even if they have a new supply? Don't count on them not hoovering because they have a new supply. Think of it that way. A lot of times they do hoover. Okay. How was he able to spend so much money on me if he never planned on staying? Probably because you were meeting his needs or keeping his image the way he wanted it. How do narcissists become self-aware? There's this pixie dust that you can sprinkle on them from the North Himalayan mountains. No, I'm just kidding. Like there's not a concrete, because the whole thing is like they want to be able to avoid the accountability. They want to be avoid being honest. So as a result, you confront them with truth and like, yeah, no, that truth doesn't exist. And they keep like moving away from it. Okay. I have some humor. Yeah, I have some humor. Will the narcissist do the same discard to the new supply? No. Okay. Think of it this way. The reason why I'm saying this is like, yes, they can, but a lot of times the discard is going to look different, because each person is going to have a different supply and a different mask that they put on. So the discard might look completely different. So don't hold out looking like, I can't wait till this burns down the exact same way as mine, because it probably won't. Okay. Do they realize when you know them for who they actually are? I actually have a video on that on YouTube, like when the narcissist knows that you know. So check that out. Have you heard of a smear campaign? Oh, you're responding to someone. I was like, yes, I've heard of a smear campaign. But you're responding to someone. She called the police, lied. I hit her and held my son from seeing my mom. We were married. Why would she do this? To look better, to make you look worse, to put herself like higher up. Okay. Let's see. I told him to leave. He had been cheating. He willingly left. I really feel like I was completely discarded prior. Would he normally try coming back when he seemed really too despised? The thing is, like, you can't plan on it either way. Like at the end of the day, like you need to make sure you protect yourself, you protect your kids, you protect like everything else. And you need not to hold on to like, they're not coming back because like they like discarded just right, or they're like, it's not going to happen this time. Like you can't hold on to that. What you can hold on to is your growth, your healing, your change, your development. Okay. That's what we preach like nonstop. Like if you hear anything that I talk about narcissistic abuse, about what I do, about raw motivations, you'll hear the phrase over and over and over again: awareness, growth, healing, change, development. For what we've done, this is like the 5 things. No, I do not want to update. You better not update right now. There we go. Those are the 5 things that we've said. These are the 5 stages of healing. And we try to help people walk through this journey and all the different things we have, whether I'm working with people like one-on-one, whether jumping in our 45-day clarity challenge is coming up. You can access that at claritychallenge.net. You know, whether they're in the NARC app to be able to get community, like there's a lot of different things of people stepping through like stages of like their healing. Says he hates me, but still wants me. Does he really hate me? I would say yes. Because at the end of the day, like he's not willing to actually exemplify want in the aspect of actually love and care and respect for you. So like, what is the opposite of love? Like hate. Like how does a person demonstrate love? What they don't demonstrate it? No, they actually show the exact opposite. Well, then how can you say it's actually love or that he wants you? Okay. Sorry, I'm getting behind. Do some narcissists push you to leave so they don't have to? Yes, absolutely. That is a great tactic for a narcissist, because then they don't look bad. Then it's you that looks bad. You're the crazy one. You're the person that walked out on them. They stayed. They wanted you to stay. All that kind of stuff. Okay. I really want to thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I thought I was going crazy until I found out what was really going on. Yeah. Just know that you're not crazy. Like there's so many people on here, you know, just be able to say like, you are not crazy. We've got several people that are going through the clarity challenge. We've got like we've got hundreds and thousands of people who've downloaded the Narc app to build community. Like there's so many people let you know, like, this is not, you're not crazy. A lot of times I like to say, you're not crazy, you're not helpless, and you're not alone, and you're not hopeless or hopeless. Either way. Okay. He wanted me to find out that he was cheating instead of telling me himself. Yeah, no, absolutely. I know mine pushed me to leave and then acted surprised when I did. Because you know what's happening there is the narcissist wants you to leave. At that point, when they're pushing you to leave, they want you to leave. They just don't want to look like the bad guy doing it. Like, I want you to leave. So there was a point. There was a point in our relationship where Kayla was back and forth about, should I leave? Should I not? Right? Like, should I stay? Should I go? Like, that was the whole thought process. And she was struggling with that because of the emotional mental abuse that I was putting her under. So like at that point, I got to the place where I was just like, this is stupid. Like, just like leave. Like, I hated it because I was like, I don't want you here anymore because like, I don't know what's going on. And I wanted to latch onto that in like the victim mode of like, I'm the victim because you can't make up your mind. Like it's all still my fault. But like, I wanted to latch onto that. And so it got to be a place when like she got ready to leave. And when she finally left, it was like, she'd get ready to leave. And then she'd want to come back, or she'd get ready to leave and she'd want to come back. And I'd be like, oh, and there'd be this point of like, I'm like pissed off and I'm frustrated because you're not doing what I want you to do. I want you to leave so I don't have to be with you so I can go get other supply. Like you need to understand, like that's me trying to break it down like raw and real for you. Am I proud of that? Am I happy with that? No, not at all. I'm just trying to say like that is like the thought process that was going through my head is like, I want her to leave. She's getting ready to walk out the door. Please don't leave. We can work on this. But then if she would turn around and stay, I would be pissed. Because at that point, I'm like super frustrated because what I want, I can't have because I'm not allowed to say that because then it looks bad on me, which brings out shame and guilt. I'd rather push someone away than I would honestly say, I don't want you in my life. Okay. And that's like the core of what's going on underneath narcissists is shame and guilt, running away from that, hiding from that. Okay. There you go. Some real raw stuff going on there. If narcissist hasn't contacted their kid in 8 months, does that mean they don't care? Like, I'm not trying to come at you. I'm just like, let's put it in perspective because what's put on you is that thought process of like it can't be this way. Okay. But like, when's the last time you had a flat tire and you kept driving for 8 months? Like, when's the last time you ran out of food and you're like, it's okay, I don't need to get food for 8 months? I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying like you need to understand, you know, if a narcissist cares by their actions, not by their words. So if they haven't contacted their kid in 8 months, it means they don't fucking care. Like we need to be able to understand this. It is by their actions, by what they demonstrate, by what they show, not by what they say. Oh, I love my kids. Or really, what are you actually doing? Oh, I want to be there for them. Okay, well, how are you actually showing up for them as a man? Or as a mom in the relationship, how are you actually showing up for your kids? But narcissists say, oh, I love my kids. And then they disappear. They're known by their actions. They're known by what they demonstrate. Do I agree with those ideas? You have to give me some ideas that you're talking about. I don't follow all those people and I don't watch everything. Like there's no unconditional love when it comes to narcissists and kids, correct? So unconditional love doesn't mean you need to stay in a conditional relationship or deal with unconditional abuse. Like you need to be able to understand this. Like this is why we've started to build and construct the 45-day clarity challenge to help you walk through this step by step. Like it's hard if I'm just like spitting fire and I'm just like this. But I'm like, no, like we've actually like constructed a plan to help guide you through it. Not just be like, whoa, like I'm like hit upside the head with like all of this. But he's fighting to get the restraining order lifted, but not to see his child. Yes, because the restraining order is making him look bad or is making him feel bad. And as a result, he wants to get that reduced. Not because he cares about the kids, but because it's affecting his image. That's all it comes back to.